So today we're here and we're going to talk about my tattoos and my piercings. I'm going to go into depth about like the procedure of getting a tattoo, what you should do before, what you should do during, and what you should do after. And then I'm going to talk about my tattoos, and then I'm kind of going to like do the same thing for piercings as well. Even though the piercing part will be a lot shorter than my tattoos because I don't have as many piercings basically. So yeah, if you want to know about tattoos, like the whole procedure, if you're thinking about getting one, or if you just want to know like what my tattoos are, or I don't know, then keep watching this video because it might be very, very helpful to you. So yeah, if you want to know, just keep watching. It's a day after bonfire night, obviously. So there's the occasional fireworks sound that keeps going off. Yesterday, I wanted to actually film this yesterday, but when I sat down to film, I'm not even joking, it was just like noise after noise, like fireworks just going off all over the place. And I've just heard one now. So fingers crossed, we won't get too many interruptions. So I've got my studio lights. I don't know if you can tell, but I've got some fairy lights up in the background now, so hopefully it's a little bit prettier. I want to do a lot more with the background, but for now, let's just do that. I am chewing gum, and I know it's like rude to chew gum whilst talking, even though I'm not talking to a person, but whilst talking. I've got really bad indigestion, and I haven't got any Gaviscon or any shit like that, so chewing gum is like the only thing that I've got that might try and stop that. So if I'm short of breath, it's because I've got really, really bad indigestion. I don't know where it's from. Can you be quiet, please? I'm trying to film. Basically, as you can tell by the title of the video, I'm going to do a tattoo slash piercing video. I don't have any piercings, so that part won't go on for too long. But yeah, I thought I'd do this video just because tattoos are a big part of my life. I love them so much. I want to get so many more, but now that I moved to London, the rates in getting a tattoo in London is very, very expensive. So I'm going to have to stop myself from getting any more for now, but I've got quite a few. So I'm just going to talk through what I would do on like, when it comes to getting a tattoo. So booking one, researching, finding the right artist, and what to do on the actual day. So I'm going to go through all that first, and then I'm going to get into my tattoos and basically all of that. So if you're planning to get a tattoo, obviously be over the age of 18. Not gonna lie, the majority of my tattoos I actually got before I was 18. I kind of cheated the system a bit, but yeah, make sure you're 18. Obviously I can't say make sure you're 18 because I wasn't 18 when I got my first tattoo, but if you're over the age of 18, or if you're coming up to 18 and you're planning on getting a tattoo, make sure you're not just getting one for the sake of getting one. I feel like a lot of people do that. They think, oh, I turn 18, I'm going to get a tattoo because I'm old enough to get a tattoo. Don't be one of those people. If you want to do that, fine. Like, fucking do what you want, I don't care. But please, if you want to get a tattoo, just make sure that it's that you know it's going to be on you for the rest of your life. And it's not always going to look the same or what it is in this picture that you've got in your head. Just make sure that you're getting one because you actually want one, not just for the sake of it. I've got a couple I've got a tattoo that I kind of got just for the sake of getting one, and it's not my favourite, but I don't really care. Like, I wish I kind of just planned it more than just like impulse getting one. But so yeah, first thing is to do your research, and this isn't just for the actual tattoo itself. This can be for the artist that you're going to go with. I think it's really important to find an artist you like, and by all means you can stay with that artist and they can do all your tattoos for you. But if you want to get different styles of tattoos, it might be worth looking into people that specialise in that style. So if you want to go for traditional tattoos, go and find someone that's really good at traditional tattoos. If you want to go for other styles of tattoos, more newer ones, like portraits and stuff like that, go to someone that specialises in that specific thing. I'm quite lucky, like all the artists that I've gone to, I haven't been tattooed by the same artist twice. So all my tattoos are from different artists, I believe. Yeah, all my tattoos are from different people. If you want something and you want it done specifically in a certain style and you want it to be amazing, do your research on the artist. And just go on Instagram, you can look on Google like tattoo artists in my area. If you're willing to travel, then travel, because you'll definitely get like a more variety of people. But If you're like me and I couldn't really travel, I just looked around in my area who was good at what and who could do the styles of tattoo that I wanted to do. So yeah, first thing, tattoo the what did I say? So first thing, do your research on the artist, and obviously before that you kind of got to get an idea in your head of what you want. Like I said before, don't get something just because everyone else has got it, or I don't know. Everyone has a different style and taste when it comes to tattoos, and my tattoos don't all have meanings and all that kind of thing. I know a lot of people think that if you get a tattoo, it's got to have this big meaning behind it, and yeah, that's great, but at the same time, if I really like a piece of art or a piece of work, or a tattoo design, I'm going to get it. And usually I wait a few months before I actually go and get it, just to make sure that I'm not going to like grow bored of the idea or anything like that. So do your research on the piece that you want done. If you want like say like a flower, like choose the flower that you want. I have a flower, I have a rose. Roses obviously have so many meanings behind it, you know, like a British rose. My name's Rose, like it's just a thing, like I like roses. So do your research on that, on like the different styles of roses you can get or whatever it may be, and then find, like I said, the artist to suit what you want to get. And then once you have all that done, when you've got your research of the thing that you want and the artist that you want, go to that artist. I always think it's better to go in yourself, and you can have like a little portfolio or a little book together or some pictures on your phone of the items you want. I know a lot of stuff is done online, and that can be great because obviously you can email and obviously you can email and send messages over Facebook on the tattoo that you want and have your little conversation through there. But I think if you go in yourself, they can ask you any questions and you kind of have that mini consultation before you actually go and get your tattoo done. So I say get a collection together, whether it's just on your phone or print some pictures out, or like me, I take most of my drawings because most of the tattoos that I get, I like to draw up loads of different designs before. So yeah, so gather all your designs, drawings or pictures or whatever it may be. Please don't start fireworking now, I swear to fucking God. Thank you. So yeah, go to your artist with all the designs and shit, and then they can like kind of draw up a rough sketch, or they might give you like a week, or they might say, "I'll come back in a few days, I'll draw something up, see if you like it, blah blah blah." And then they'll book you in for an appointment. Usually you have to give a deposit of some kind. It just depends how much your tattoo is. Sometimes if you want a really small tattoo, you can just go in and they might even be able to fit you in that day. The only thing with that is that I feel like you won't have any time to kind of prepare yourself, so it's always better to maybe book in like a day's advance, or sometimes you'll go to a certain artist and it'll be like 3 months wait for you to get an appointment. It just literally depends on what you want and what the artist is like. So when it gets to the tattoo day, so once you've booked a little appointment, paid your deposit, whatever it may be, and also before, like when you do the mini consultation with the artist, they'll book you in for an appointment, take a little cash deposit, and they'll also give you a rough pricing on how much your tattoo will cost. Now everyone judges tattoo costs differently. Most people though do it by time, so per hour will cost a certain amount of money. So if your tattoo is likely to take an hour, it might cost like £60 to £100. If it's taken 2 hours, obviously it will be like £200 or 3 hours, and blah blah blah. The other thing you can do, say if you want bare tattoos at one time, you can book like a sitting, so for like 6 hours you can be with this artist and they can do whatever the fuck like you want on you, but that will cost like obviously quite a lump sum of money. But it literally just depends on what you want. Oh. Shut the fuck up. I've had 3 fucking days of these fireworks, and as much as I love fireworks, right now I really don't fucking want them to go off, so please just shut up. Okay. So yeah, they'll give you a rough guide on how much the tattoo will be, like how long it will take, blah blah blah. So once you've done all that, fast forward to the day you're going to get your tattoo. So everyone is different with their tattoo routines. I kind of have put together a routine of myself, what I will do. I'll get a good night's sleep. That's like the first thing. You do not want to be overly tired or even like overly slept first. So don't have too much sleep, but don't have too little sleep. Good like 7-8 hours will do. I wake up in the morning, I have some breakfast, a good breakfast, like whether it's a big breakfast or some like Weetabix or just something that's going to give me a lot of energy and fill me up throughout the day. Have a coffee if you want a coffee, have a Red Bull if you want a Red Bull. Basically you want your body to have a lot of sugar and a lot of energy in it, because even if you've just sat there for like 10 minutes, if it's your first time getting a tattoo, it's going to be very traumatising to your body. But if you can be sat there for a good few hours, have a big fucking meal, have a coffee, have a Red Bull, and when you go into your tattoo place to get your tattoo done, take some sweets with you. Like, always take sweets, chocolate, just like anything that I can easily access whilst whatever part of my body is getting tattooed. And I take a Red Bull or a Monster or some kind of energy drink. You can take a coffee if you want, but the only thing like that is that you have to wait for it to cool down, and it's just a long fucking thing for me. So take a Red Bull in, because trust me, after like 45 minutes of being tattooed or something like that, you will feel like, shut the fuck up, you will feel like you've got no energy in your body, because all this pain is like causing your body to go crazy. So stock up on energy drinks and sweets and everything like that. If you can bring a friend with you, bring a friend with you, because that can be a complete distraction. Do not bring a friend with you that's overly squeamish. So if you know someone, if like your best friend is like awful with like needles and shit, don't bring them, because it will literally put you off. When I got this tattoo done, my best friend Kaylee came with me, and even though that was really great, she was just like kind of petrified for me, and that kind of made me a bit more petrified, but it was fine. She was good. Kaylee, if you're watching, you were really fucking good at being a tattoo friend. But yeah, so bring moral support. Sometimes I like just sitting by myself and getting it done, just scrolling through shit on my phone. Just have something to distract you, because the last thing you want is to just be staring at your body getting like stabbed by a needle like 15 million times. So yeah. And then the other thing to probably warn you all, every tattoo, well, every part of your body is going to hurt differently. So if you get a tattoo in one place and it doesn't really hurt, and then you choose to get a tattoo in another place, don't be like, oh no, that didn't hurt me, so this like place wouldn't hurt me. I would try and leave in like a picture of like the most painful places to get tattoos, and I have most of my tattoos are on my arms. I've got one on my back, but most of them are on my arm. So if you're looking to get sleeve tattoos, then this will probably be helpful for you. But yeah, every tattoo is going to hurt differently, and everyone's body tolerance to pain is a lot different. So I got a tattoo done at the same time that my mum did, and my mum was like a hot mess getting this tattoo done. But I was fine. It was my first ever tattoo and I was fine. I didn't really feel the pain. I felt the pain, like I think people are stupid when they say like, oh, it doesn't hurt. It does hurt, but I think it's just the way your body reacts to the pain. I love the like pain of a tattoo, which is really weird, which like is quite creepy. But I really fucking like the feeling of like this needle scraping at you, which I know to some people they're gonna be like, oh my god, no, fuck that. It is weird, and it's a pain that like I can't really describe. The only way I can describe it is some people say it's like a cat scratch, and I can see that a bit, but it's kind of, after a while, it's more of like a burning than it is like a scratching, just because of like the heat and like the quickness of the needle like vibrating. You can't really feel the needle, you can just feel this heat and this like throbbing and this like fizziness wherever it may be. But yeah, everyone thinks tattoos are different basically, like the pain wise, everyone thinks it's different, so it just depends on you. I can't say to you, oh, it's fine, it won't hurt at all, because that's how I feel, but that's not how a lot of other people feel. But you just got to think pain is very temporary, but the tattoo is not. So if it's something that you really want and you've wanted for ages, don't be put off by like being in pain for like an hour or a couple of hours, because for the rest of your life you're going to have this amazing piece of art on you. That's just how I think of it, like mentally, so that's how you should probably think of it too. So you're halfway through getting your tattoo and your body might feel a little bit your tattoo artist will always say to you, if you need a break, just tap me, just say something. The last thing they want is for you to faint or throw up or anything like that. So if you feel like you need a break, don't be like ashamed to be like, right, stop for a minute. I've done it plenty of times, like it's just normal. Your body will come to a point where it's like, oh my god, no, this hurts too much, take a little break. So that's the point where I would scoff some sweets, have an energy drink, get some like air, and then go back in and just carry on with it. A lot of my tattoos I've had touched up by different artists. Sometimes tattoos fade or heal funny, not because of the artist, just because the way that your skin might heal, or the way that you're healing it. So that's what I'm going to go into now, is what to do after you've got your tattoo. So, like, most of the time, sorry, I got really bad indigestion. I know I'm really gassy. So, what they will do is wrap it in cling film, or you can get like special, like specific wraps to put over a tattoo. And loads of artists will recommend different things to you. I feel like over time, the more tattoos you'll get, you'll find what works best for you. So sometimes they say leave the wrap on until it falls off. Sometimes they say leave it on till this evening or tonight or in like a couple of hours time. Take it off, wash it, and wrap it with some more cling film. Literally, it just depends what you want to do. If it's your first tattoo, go with what the tattoo artist says, or I don't know, just do your research on maybe what your skin type is like. I have quite dry skin on my body, so I know that if I left cling film on for a long amount of time, my skin will get really dry and it will probably affect the tattoo. So I usually wait, if I get a tattoo about midday, I'll wait until about dinner time, like 7 o'clock, to take the wrap off, give it a wash. When you take the wrap off, it will be fucking grim. It will be gooey, might be blood on there. It will just be pretty nasty. Don't be like, oh my god, my tattoo is fucked. It happens, it's just your skin's way of like trying to heal itself. So you want to take the wrap off, rinse it with water, clean it with a soap that hasn't got any alcohol, I think it is. Yeah, it hasn't got any alcohol in. So any like pure soap, I'll use like just like Dove soap or like baby specific soap that won't have any harsh chemicals in. Wash it over with that. You can either choose to wrap it again and sleep with it wrapped. That's really good to sleep with a wrap, so it won't cause like much trauma to whatever place it might be. But usually I would sleep with it wrapped again, wake up in the morning, take the wrap off, wash it again. If you're showering, just be really careful. Luckily with arms you can kind of like put one arm out the shower and just do your bits with your other arm. If you've got one on like your neck or anything like that, it will be quite hard to not get it wet, but just do your best to try and not to overly wet it, basically. And then you want to invest in a good tattoo healing product. Now again, so many people recommend so many different things, and it's literally a case of finding what works best for you. And I found for me, baby bum cream, like Bepanthen, I would probably get proper Bepanthen rather than cheap, like fake Bepanthen stuff. I've used cheap Bepanthen stuff, but it's often a lot more shiny and a lot more sticky, and that will kind of attract like hairs and shit like that. Another big thing, if you have cats, as hard as it may be, try not to go near them too much, because cat fur or just any pet fur, I imagine, can really like irritate your skin if you've just had like a wound or anything like that. Like if you know your cat scratches you and you get fur in it, and it might raise and go all funny, especially if you're like slightly allergic like me. Just make sure you're not coming into contact with fur too much, just because it can itch, and the more you itch like a new tattoo, the more it's likely going to heal a bit funny. So try not to touch any animals, as hard as it may be. But yeah, with the amount of Bepanthen you use, I usually use like a pea-sized amount, but it just depends on how big your tattoo is. If you've got a massive tattoo, use as much as you feel necessary. I always say put more on rather than less. You want to put quite a generous layer of it. But if you're not really like a fan of Bepanthen or anything like that, coconut oil is amazing. If you get your hands on 100% pure coconut oil, you can use that. You can literally use 100% pure coconut oil from start to end of your tattoo. So whilst it's healing, you can use it. I still put coconut oil on my tattoos now, especially if it's summer. I know it's not anymore, but when it was summer, I would always put, like coconut oil on my tattoos, just to create some kind of barrier between the sun and my tattoos, because the sun can be a really big damaging thing to any tattoos that you may have. Coconut oil is really, really good as well, and you can use that whilst it's healing, like I said. When your tattoo starts to scab over, because it will do that. It's just, you've got to think of it like anything. If you've had like your skin cut or scraped, it's going to heal, and it's going to heal with a scab. And it's exactly the same with tattoos. Because there's been needles and trauma to it, your skin's going to try and heal it over by producing scabs, basically. I know it sounds grim, but that's what it's going to do. And whilst it's scabby, you can use bepanthen still, but I usually just use coconut oil because it's really, really moisturising. It's really pure, so you know it's not going to damage or affect your tattoo or irritate your skin in any way. That's kind of the process of how I would prepare to get a tattoo and plan a tattoo, how I would go about getting a tattoo, what I would do during the process of getting a tattoo, and then what I would do afterwards. And every tattoo will take different time to heal. I've had tattoos that have healed in like a week, literally in like a week, but they're usually the small ones that don't have that much detail in. But my bigger ones that have had a lot more detail take anything up to like a couple months, literally. It just depends on your skin, how quick it is with healing. I haven't had much of a problem. The ones around my wrist and my arm, well, like the up part of my arm, the lines faded a little bit, so I had to go back and I had to like go over them. But that's usually just because like I wear a watch and I usually wear bracelets and just like sleeves or anything like that. If fresh ink is going to be rubbing against that, it will fade a little bit, the ink. So as long as your artist is fine with like topping it up, which most of them are, they say, you know, if like within the next few weeks or whatever, if any lines fade out, just come back and we'll like go over it, blah blah blah. So that's basically what you got to do. But yeah, that's kind of like the whole getting a tattoo thing. There's not really much else more to it. If you've got any more questions about like, oh, I think I'm gonna get this done, but like blah blah blah, I don't know, any questions you might have about tattoos. I haven't got loads, but I've got a few. I kind of know like the deal of getting them now. Just leave any questions down below or anything like that, and I'll answer them all basically. So now I'm going to get into probably the more fun part, showing you my tattoos. I'm going to go through them in order of when I got them, so like, you know, my first one to my most recent one. I'm going to say how much they hurt out of 10. And like I said before, this is just like my opinion and how much each of them hurt. And then I'm going to show you more, well, not like a big meaning behind them, because honestly some of them don't have a fucking meaning behind them. I just like them, so I got them. But I'm going to kind of talk about the ones I got, a bit of the experience I had. I'm going to share the artists that done my favourite ones, because some of them, I can't even remember the names of like 2 of the artists that have done some of my tattoos, but I'm going to go through the artists that I have. If you're in the Dorset/Weymouth area, holla, that's where I just moved from. Then you might want to know who done my tattoos and if you should go to them, and I'll disclose a little thing about all of that. This tattoo I got, this might be quite controversial. I think I was 15 when I got this tattoo. I could have been 14, could have been 15. I think I was 15. It was like the summer of like year 10, so I think I was 15. Yeah. Like, people say, oh, you know, do you think you're too young to get that tattoo? Yeah, like, legally I was too young to get that tattoo, but actually I was fine. I knew what I wanted. The design that she'd done I really loved anyway, and planned to get when I turned 18, but the opportunity arose that I could get it before. So the first tattoo I got done was, I'll try and insert a picture, or I don't know where my mum got the inspiration from, and it's a little cat, and I was just basically, I don't know what the best way to show you, because I haven't got a viewfinder. I'm not going to be able to like see if you can see it, but I feel like that one is going to be really hard to show. I'll try and show it, but if not, I'm just going to leave a picture of it. It's on my lower back. I pretty much got a tramp stamp, but like it's a bit classier than tramp stamp. So, douche. So this was my first tattoo, and I don't know if you can see that because I've got my fucking jogging bottoms on, but it's just a little cat, basically. If you can't see that, I'll just insert a picture because it'll just be a lot easier. But this is my, like, I've got 2 cat tattoos. This was obviously my first ever tattoo that I got done. Pain wise, out of 10, like, I literally couldn't feel it. I could feel like the pain, but it didn't hurt that bad. It's more with me the aftermath of like, oh, I feel really tired because I've had all this like pain to my body. But out of 10, I would probably say that was like a 4, literally like a 4 out of 10 with pain. I don't think that area hurt at all. But my mum got the exact same thing done. She got it on her upper back, but she's got a tattoo down her lower back as well, and she said that that was really painful. But hers is a lot bigger than mine, so I can imagine that that would hurt more. But yeah, it literally just depends. But for me, that was like a 4 out of 10. And I'm so happy I got it done because me and my mum both have that tattoo. We have a very close relationship. I love my mum more than anyone and anything in the world. And my dad as well, and my family as well. But my mum, I love her. And, you know, every time I see it, I forget about it, to be honest, because it's on my back and I just forget it's there. And when I see it, it does bring me back to the time that I was with my mum and we decided to get it done. And it's just like a big thing for me to have a matching tattoo with my mum. Obviously, as you can imagine, that's like a really nice thing to have. It's like having a friendship bracelet, but like permanent and on your body. And it's a cat, and we both love cats, so it's just like perfect, isn't it? And the second tattoo that I got done was this cross here, and I don't know the best way to show you all. It was just this cross. And I know to some people, this is like the Antichrist way, because when I have my arm down, it is the Antichrist way. And I was very aware of this when he first put the like stencil thing on, because that's what they'll do. They'll like print a stencil copy and they'll ask you, oh, you know, is this okay for you? Is this the place you want it to be? And you can say yeah, and they'll just tattoo over it. When he done it the first time, he done it the other way, so like the normal way you would get it done. And I was like, oh no, I want it the opposite way. And he was like, well, that's the Antichrist way. But for me, it was important to have it this way, because when I look at it, it's not the Antichrist way. I don't give a shit about anyone else. Like, if I'm walking and people are like, oh my god, you got the Antichrist cross, like, fuck, she's a fucking devil. I don't give a shit. I'm not a devil. That's not me. So it was important to me, so when I looked at it, I could see it. And I'm not the most overly religious person. I am a Christian. I was baptised in Roman Catholic Church, I believe. I think. But religion and God and Christianity is still a part of me. You know, I pray all the time, like even if it's just in my head. I know I swear loads and I'm not like a big overall Christian, but religion means a lot to me and prayer means a lot to me. So getting a cross, even though I know a lot of people have cross tattoos, it was just like a symbol to me of whenever I'm in doubt, or whenever I'm upset or unsure or like confused or my anxiety is really bad, it's like God's on me, you know, and I know he's around everywhere, but it's like he's on me. So that is quite an important one of mine. The only issue I've had with this is that because it's on my wrist, it fades really quickly. It's pretty faded now. I've had this done over twice now, I think. And it is still faded, but I don't really care. I feel like it's the kind of tattoo you can get away with being faded, because if you look at like a cross in the church, it will be like worn and old anyway, so I don't really mind that it's faded. But yeah, that was the second tattoo for me, and that was the first one I've ever got on my arm, so the pain of that is a lot different to my back. That one did hurt a lot more, but it still wasn't that bad. I would say it was about, when I first got it done, I'd say it was about a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10 of pain, but when I got it redone, when I got it redone, it was a good like 8.5 out of 10 pain. It really fucking hurt. But still, it wasn't that bad. It literally took like half an hour, not even that, so it was over and done with like really quickly. And then the third, no, that's fucking 2. What is fucking wrong with me? I can't even do maths. So the third tattoo I got was my first big tattoo, and that is my rose. And I'll try and get up now and show you a little shot of it, if it'll even focus. There you go. No, come on, focus. So yeah, this is my rose that I got done. It's got quite dark shading. Another thing, obviously, all my tattoos are in black and grey ink. I have got some white put through it, but mostly it's just all black and grey. So yeah, that's the third tattoo that I got done. And Originally, this was actually supposed to be a cover-up of my cross. Focus. Yeah, originally this rose was meant to be a cover-up of the cross, just because I was fed up with like it fading all the time. But when he designed it, oh, by the way, I got my cross done the same place, Tattoo Magic, I got done the same place I got the one on my back done. The guy called Mike Moon did this one. I'll link all the artists if I can down below. But he's really good at roses. Like, I think like that's one of his main things, is doing really good roses. So I was really excited to get tattooed by him. I really love like everything about this still. If I could change anything, I don't know. I don't think I would change anything about it, to be honest. The only thing is with the tattoo I have there, a lot of people think it's one piece, and it kind of is one piece now because I got it like put in together, but I wish that this was more this kind of style. And I'll get into this, I'll get more into that whilst I talk about this one. So this is the tattoo that I had done that I get a lot of questions on quite a lot because, well, it's just a really, really nice fucking tattoo. So I'll do the same thing, just try and show you more of it. So it's like a mandala flower style tattoo, and it wraps around to about there, and oh, it's really awkward, but it finishes about here. So when I got this done, originally I wanted it so it was like coming up, oh my god, I don't think you can see, so it was coming up like here, but because obviously when you twist your arm the skin moves, the only way I could get it done on my wrist like this is if I had it incorporated with this one, and that's the only thing I wish I could change, is maybe add some dot work or more this kind of style in with this one, but I still think it flows really nicely. Once I get everything else done, it should look okay, but I'm not too sure. I could always come back to this and add more. So I designed loads of things like this. I went in and I actually saw the dude that done this. His name's Liam Sheldrake, I think his name is. If you know Weymouth, it's in the Elite Tattoo Parlour. Is it Elite? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Elite. Liam Sheldrake did this one, and it's incredible. The shading is amazing. The dot work, all within the flower petals, is amazing. And I like the kind of dark shading that kind of appears around the outside. It adds a lot more depth to it. Even though my camera is refusing to fucking focus as per usual. Come on, camera. That's the only thing I think I would ever change about my tattoos, is possibly come back to this rose and add a little bit of dot work, or just make it flow a little bit nicer, even though I think it does still flow really nicely because it's very dark shading. But this one probably hurt the most, to be honest. Anything on like the inside bit of your arm is going to hurt a lot less because there's a lot more skin there, than opposed to the outside of your arm where there's thinner skin and it just tends to be a little bit more bony. If you have thick skin, then it probably wouldn't hurt as much, I'd imagine, but I got quite, well, I haven't got thin skin, I've just got very scrawny fucking noodle arms. So this one really hurt. Around this, like, I don't know the best way to show you, but around like this area, didn't hurt that much, to be honest. When it got to the sides, either side, that hurt quite a bit. So I'd say the centre of this was about a 6 out of 10. And then either side was about 7.5 out of 10. But the most painful bit was everything from like where my wrist starts up until my hand. That was at least, that was a solid like 9.5 out of 10. Especially over my bone. I've got very bony wrists. I was going to call it an ankle, it's not a fucking ankle, is it? I've got very bony wrists, so when he went over that, that really, really hurt. And when it was on my hand, that really hurt as well. So that was about a 9.5 out of 10. So overall this tattoo was probably about an 8.5 out of 10, pain-wise. And then basically, this tattoo doesn't have any meaning to me. Which, like, I know some people can be like, oh my god, why'd you get it? But it hasn't got a meaning behind it. I love this style of tattoo. I love dot work, I love all the different like types of petals and everything that's built into it. When I saw this design, I literally just fell in love with it. I loved it. So I got it I feel like tattoos don't have to have this crazy big meaning behind it. If you want them to, then that's great, do you. Some tattoos should have meanings behind them, but not all of them do. This one, shut the fuck up. This one doesn't have any meaning behind it other than the fact that I absolutely love it, and I feel like that is enough to get something put on your body. So yeah, this tattoo is probably one of my favourites, but it's not my favourite, but it is probably my second favourite tattoo. And then the third, no, we've done the third. The fourth tattoo, yeah, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. What are we on now? No, it's just the fifth, the fourth. I don't even know what we're on now, but the fifth, I think, tattoo that I got was the one that I have on this arm. And this is the one that I said that this was an impulsive tattoo. I was out with my best friend one day. We were talking to my other friends that one of them just got a tattoo done. We were sat in her ice cream shop. For fuck's sake. Bear with me. Yeah, it's filming now. Harry interrupted me as per fucking usual. So yeah, this tattoo is the one that I said about. What was I talking about? Right, yeah, I was sat in my friend's ice cream shop. She had just got a tattoo done, and I was like, God, I really want a tattoo. Like, what? And her tattoo, her ice cream shop's like right next to this tattoo place. So I was like, I'm just gonna go in, see what they got. She said that they had like a book of tattoos that were like £20 or £30. So I was like, I'm just gonna flip through and like see if I like any. And this one popped up, and to be honest, I still really love it. It was a very impulsive one, and if I went back, nah, I think it's just like funny that I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a tattoo. Like, it's just me. I feel like impulsive things can be really good, or they can be really shit, but in this case it was pretty good. So this, I don't know if there's like a meaning behind it other than the fact that it just looks kind of cool. So I'll give you a little close-up of what this one is like, and I'll talk more about it now. So, where is it here? So yeah, this is my little, I called him Stabby Jo, and because basically it's just like a little dagger, and you just like stab people with it. But this is the only one that I'd say is the most shabby one. When I went in and I said to the dude, oh, like, I like this design, like, when can you put me in? He was like, oh, I can do it right now. And I was like, oh shit, like, alright, fair. And I feel like literally he was just like, oh, I want an extra 30 quid for the day, I'm just going to do this tattoo. Luckily I don't know the dude's name because I'll be slating him to fucking filth, but he didn't do a great job on it. It's still really nice and I still really like it, and I feel like it can get away with not being perfect because the kind of style that it is. But yeah, I don't know if I'll do more of a close-up. But yeah, it's just got like nice dot work. It has got some white throughout it. But yeah, I really like it. Like, it's still really cool. I forget that it's there because it's quite small. But yeah, I feel like that's probably like my only tattoo that could have gone a bit better, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not like, oh my god, I need to get it covered up. Like, I might get it covered up one day, but I doubt it because I still really like it. And then this leads me on. Oh wait, pain-wise with this one, it was like the same as this rose. Did I even say how like pain-wise this rose was? I'll probably rate this about, not even that, it was probably like a 5 out of 10 for pain. Wasn't that bad, and it literally was like 20 minutes. Like, it literally took like 20 minutes, so. Can you be quiet, please? Literally, this has been like the 3rd or 4th day where non-stop fucking fireworks in my ear. So I'm going to come closer to the camera so you can actually hear me, because that'd be really helpful. So yeah, this tattoo was about, pain-wise, about a 5 out of 10. And then this leads me on to my most recent addition to my tattoos. And this is my favourite, the best tattoo that I've got. Again, it's not got much meaning behind it, other than the fact that it's fucking gnarly. It's another cat, and it's a Sphinx cat, and they're very controversial, Sphinx cats. Some people love them, some people hate them. I love them because the fact that they look fucked. They literally look so weird. They look like some wrinkly old, you know, like, weird, they look very weird, but I love that. I love cats, and I like weird shit, and Sphinx cats are fucking weird. So, I love it. So I decided to get one, and I've wanted one for a while. not just as a pet, but I mean a tattoo. I've wanted a tattoo of one for a while, but I was just like, oh, I don't know, because they are pretty weird looking. I designed loads of them, and I finally found one that I actually really liked. Like, the design of it was very similar to the drawings that I've been doing with them anyway. And with this one, I'm going to show you it now. And her name is Sophia. She's very tame, she won't bite, she won't scratch. Sphinx cats make me laugh because it always reminds me of Friends when Rachel gets one and it's like really fucking vicious. They make me laugh. So yeah, this is Sophia. Where is she? Here she is. Oh, there we go. Oh no, it's gone again, it's gone again. So if you, oh my god, camera, just fucking stop. So quickly before my camera, oh, there it goes again. Right, I'm just going to speak about it and my camera is just doing fucking flips as per usual. So this is Sophia. She's a Sphinx, and she, to some people and to me, is very plain. She's very plain, but I love the fact that she's plain. Originally I wanted to get this with a lot of dot work and quite a lot of shading around it, but when he just done the outline and he let me look at it, he even said himself, I think it looks sick without like anything in it. I had a look at it and my mum was there and we were like, actually, it looks really fucking cool just like on the outline. So I'll insert a picture because my camera just like doesn't want to focus on anything right now, as per usual. So yeah, once he'd done the outline of it, I had the choice of whether I wanted to carry on and put like shading and dot work that I originally planned to get put in, but I was like, no, I don't want any shading in it because it looks amazing how it is. Overall, the paint rating of this was like a, I don't know. The middle part and this edge part was about like a 7 out of 10, but then the like mouth bit and the other ear was a good like 9.5. So overall I'd say it was about an 8.5 out of 10 pain wise. So it did really hurt, but it was 100% worth it, and this is my favourite tattoo. And the person that done this tattoo, I don't know his actual name, but his Twitter name is Andy James Tattoo, and he works at a parlour called On The Line, which is on Abbotsbury Road in Weymouth. If you know Weymouth, it's along Abbotsbury Road. It was actually really cool because it's really close to my house, so it was like very convenient to go there. But yeah, that's my tattoos. And piercings I'm going to go over really quick because I know this video is going to be really fucking long because I can't stop rambling. I don't have many piercings now. I've had a couple piercings done that basically I'm going to talk about briefly. Yeah, I got my lobes pierced, obviously, hence the dangly earrings. I've got my second lobe pierced, but this, I don't even know if it's closed up. I literally haven't put an earring in it in ages. My helix pierced, I got this done, this is like my first piercing other than my lobes. I got this one done quite a few years ago. My lobes, by the way, honestly, I think I was like 10, so I can't really remember, but I don't think it hurt much. My second lobe didn't really hurt at all. My helix, I didn't find, like, I couldn't feel it. The only thing is sleeping on it, obviously, is a pain when you first get it pierced. When it comes to healing piercings, get some TCP on a cotton swab or some like boiling salt water and just clean it using a little cotton bud. But you can get like loads of, basically when you get a piercing or when you get a tattoo, they'll give you like an aftercare sheet and all that shit, just on how to care for it. But honestly, just take it with a pinch of salt, do your own thing, whatever works for you. So yeah, I got my helix pierced, I got my tragus pierced, that's been my most recent piercing, I believe. But I've got two piercings that I'm going to tell you a little quick story about. I got my septum pierced when I left school, and your septum's like the bit around there, so when people have like a ball ring, as I think my dad called it, around there, that's what your septum is. And that pain of getting that done, even to this day, people ask me what's the most painful thing, like tattoos, piercing wise. That was the most fucking pain I have ever felt in my body. But basically what happened to that, I can still feel the little ball in there, so I'd imagine if I really pushed it that hard I'd be able to get it back in there, but I'm not fucking doing that for shit. I tried to do it, I literally, not even joking, I fainted when I tried to fucking do it. I hit my head on the doorknob, I almost died, it was just the whole thing. But that, it was just really painful. Basically, the ball on one of the ends fell out at night, and then the whole thing like fell out. I woke up the next day and I was like, shit. So yeah, and I never, I'd like to get it re-pierced, but I'm not going through that pain again. It's not worth it. I'd rather just stick a fake one in there, honestly. Like, it's not worth the pain for me. And then I had my normal nose pierced as well, and I loved that. Didn't hurt too much. It hurt a little bit, but it wasn't that much. The only thing was my eyes were just like streaming of water, because that part is like hooked up to like your tear duct or whatever, and any trauma is gonna like create your tear ducts to produce, you know, tears. So yeah, it did hurt a little bit, but it wasn't that bad, to be honest. I didn't think it was that bad. Out of 10, my septum, I'll go through. So out of 10, my lobes were like a 2 out of 10. Second lobes was like a 2 out of 10. My helix was like a 3 out of 10. Tragus was like a 2 out of 10. Septum was a fucking 500 out of 10. No exaggeration, even fucking put there. Normal nose piercing was about a 5 or a 6 out of 10. But it's over and done with literally like that, and you're fine after that. Like, it doesn't hurt anymore. But the same thing happened with that. The thing fell out my nose, and it just closed up, and I just couldn't be bothered with it, basically. I might get it re-pierced one day. I really liked it when I had it, but it's not like a crazy thing of mine to have a nose piercing. So that concludes the end of the video. I've talked about kind of everything that you need to know, I think. Don't think I've missed anything out. If you have any more questions, comment down below. Any questions about tattoos or piercings, or just anything in general. Comment down below. I'll try and respond to the best I can with my small knowledge. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, just so I know if you like this kind of talk down, chatty style of video. I like doing it. I feel like it can make me a little bit more confident with talking to the camera. So yeah, if you like this kind of style of sit down, getting to know more about me, well, my tattoos, but that's a part of me, then give it a thumbs up, just so I know and I can create more videos like this in the future. And also, if you like this video, then subscribe to my channel, because I will probably be doing more sit down talky videos, because I've got a lot of knowledge up in this little brain and I want to share it with you all. So yeah, subscribe if you want to. It'd be really nice to see you again. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Have a really good week. And yeah, stay golden, guys. Stay golden. I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.